Our headlines lately have been filled with such acts of violence. There's been countries being invaded, people starving, shootings that have involved children, and shootings that have involved political figures. Sometimes it seems overwhelming. Many times it seems overwhelming. And while all this is happening, the thing that I continually see on pages of social media and things are people arguing, using the violent events to continue to villainize one side of a political party. I've also seen people even calling for celebration at the killings of other people. But I don't ever see acts of violence as something to celebrate. I don't see uh, anything that Christ teaches us that says we should dance on the grave of other people, especially when people have lost family members and so much harm has been done. I don't see I don't see Christ celebrating any of this. In fact, I almost get the impression that Christ is sad as we are. Christ who continued to break barriers and to meet with people that many people thought that he shouldn't be meeting with. He met with them, and that includes the outcasts and the poor, but it also includes helping out people that and centurions and people that serve the empire, the enemy. If anything that Jesus taught us was that we are to build uh, relationships with all people. We are to be friends with all people. I know it seems overwhelming. I get emails sometimes, and I have this week from people that have asked me what my thoughts were on all of this. I got to be honest with you. My first reaction is I don't know why they would come to me and ask. I'm a pastor, uh, but I'm just a regular guy that loves Christ and thinks that Christ loves everyone, and maybe that's it. Maybe that's what we can hold on to even when things feel quite helpless. Maybe we don't see ourselves as significant enough in this world to truly make a difference, but I really believe that we can. I believe that it's not about going on social media and typing a celebration or using anything as a pawn to villainize other people. I still don't believe that you can fight violence with violence or hatred with hatred. I just do not see that that can happen. But I do see that if we truly believe in what Christ taught us, and that is to love our neighbor as we would want to be loved, I think that we can, even in our own little bubbles in this world, make a difference. Because when we make a difference, when we touch somebody's life in that little bubble, that bubble becomes a ripple effect, and it can expand. The minute we start thinking that we are insignificant or that God is not calling us to be part of the solution, uh, we don't we're not doing what we're supposed to be doing to move things in a Christ-like direction. Christ who said, share love. By your love, you'll know that you're my disciples, by the way that you love one another, just as I have loved you. Uh, we can do something, and that we may not be able to single-handedly stop a war or in some cases even an act of violence. But I tell you what, as long as I'm walking on this earth, I'm going to try to do my best to show the love of Christ, not only to others, but even to myself. To know that the things that I say and do have a significance, that every one of us have a significance in this world. And the more that we appreciate that, the more we celebrate that, the more that we share that, I do believe we can make a difference that way. I, I, this week has devastated me. As I make this, it's even the anniversary of 9/11, a time of great tragedy that still haunts me to this day as to how people can do such atrocious things. Uh, I continue to pray that we understand where love comes from, what love is, and what we're supposed to do with that love. I don't know about you, but if I'm having a bad day, sometimes a nod from somebody, a gentle encouragement, a kindness, a joke can turn that day all around. And if we have the power to do that with one another, if we have the power to, to do so much harm with our words, don't we also have the power to share so much love? And if I share love with a neighbor, and if I help that neighbor to feel loved, what are the chances of that neighbor then sharing that love with someone else too? What are the chances of us being able to, just in our own worlds, our own families, sitting together and reminding everyone around us that we're not in this world to hate. We're not in this world to villainize. We're not in this world to bring about violent acts. We're in this world to love God, to love ourselves, and to love our neighbor. That may seem small, but it's big. It's really, really big. It may not make the headlines in glorious fashion, but it makes a huge difference. I'm sure that I'm the person that I am today because of the kindness of other people, because love was shared with me. I think that if we continue to share that love forward, we can continue to make a difference in this world. So if you're wondering how I feel that what we can do about all of this, I think the first thing is to share how we feel about it, to talk about it, not to go on social media and rant and rave and try to get a bunch of people to like or dislike or whatever the case may be. I don't really know if that solves too much. But if we talk about how we feel with other people, if we share our sadness and our fears and our angers and our frustrations, if we share what we're feeling, that's a start. And then to share the love of Christ with each other, to grab the people in your family, the people that are friends of yours, your coworkers, anyone around you, and to tell them how much you love them. Whenever there's an act of violence, we should always gather around and tell each other how much we love each other, and then actively take that message of love and kindness and dignity and respect and share it wherever we are. Your kindness at school or at the job, your one act of kindness could have a ripple effect that is unimaginable. It could reach out farther than anyone could possibly dream. It could truly, truly change lives. It could turn people, I'm serious, sharing the love of Christ truly has the ability to turn a heart that is so cold into a warm, special place. I don't know how we can stop the guns, the violence, the hatred. I do know that we can share love. And I guess that is the answer of how we stop the guns, the violence, and the hatred. It sure isn't by throwing hatred against hatred, but by sharing love in this world. I do believe that evil cannot stand. Anyway, those are my 2 thoughts, or 3 or 4. Whoever you're with today, whoever you're thinking about today, whoever brings you joy in this world, I hope you let them know. I hope you share that joy I hope you share that love. Love God, love yourself, and love your neighbor.